Before there was Alexander the Great, the man who conquered Persia, Egypt and India, there was Philip II of Macedon, the father who made it all possible. But here's the twist. Alexander's lightning-fast empire didn't rise from nothing. It was forged by decades of blood, betrayal, and brilliance, all masterminded by Philip, the ruthless strategist who turned a fragile kingdom into the deadliest war machine of the ancient world. In 359 BCE, Macedon was collapsing. Enemies surrounded it on all sides, Illyrians in the west, Thracians in the east, and Greek city-states constantly scheming in the south. The army was shattered. The throne was contested. And into this chaos stepped a 23-year-old Philip, the youngest of the royal brothers, who was never meant to rule. But Philip was not like the others. He had spent years as a hostage in Thebes, learning from the greatest military minds of Greece. There, he studied Epaminondas and the Theban phalanx, absorbing every tactic and innovation. When he returned, Philip didn't just want to survive, he wanted to dominate. Philip's first move was genius. He rebuilt the Macedonian army from scratch. Gone were the disorganized tribal levies. In their place, Philip created a professional standing army. He introduced the sarissa, a 6-meter pike that turned his infantry into an unstoppable wall of spears. Each soldier trained year-round, disciplined, loyal, and paid directly by the crown. This was more than an army, it was a revolution. While Greek hoplites fought as proud citizens, Philip's soldiers fought as professionals of conquest. They were deadly, unified, and loyal only to him. In just 2 years, this new army crushed the Illyrians, securing Macedon's borders. Philip had proven that a reformed army could reshape a kingdom. But Philip's brilliance wasn't limited to the battlefield. He was equally ruthless in politics. He turned marriage into a weapon. Philip married multiple times, not for love, but for alliances. Each wife represented a powerful regional clan or foreign ally. Through these unions, he bound the nobility to his rule. Yet when diplomacy failed, Philip didn't hesitate to use daggers instead of vows. Rivals disappeared mysteriously. Generals who challenged him were reassigned or executed. By combining charm and terror, Philip unified a kingdom that had been fracturing for generations. He understood that to build an empire, you must first conquer your own house. With Macedon finally stable, Philip turned south, toward the Greek city-states that had once enslaved his homeland. The Greeks laughed at the barbarian king from the north. They stopped laughing when his phalanx crushed their armies. At the Battle of Chaeronea in 338 BCE, Philip and his teenage son Alexander led Macedon's forces against Athens and Thebes. The result was catastrophic for the Greeks. Their armies shattered, their freedom gone. Philip didn't destroy them, he absorbed them. Greece became part of his federation, united not by choice, but by Macedonian steel. He now ruled the most powerful military alliance the ancient world had ever seen. Once Greece was subdued, Philip set his sights on something even greater, the Persian Empire. He began assembling an army of 200,000 men. His dream was to avenge Greece for Persia as ancient invasions and to create a unified empire stretching from Europe to Asia. But destiny intervened. In 336 BCE, at the height of his power, Philip was assassinated, stabbed during his daughter's wedding procession. The killer's motives remain a mystery: jealousy, revenge, or political conspiracy. And in that moment, the unfinished dream of conquering Persia passed to his son, Alexander. When Alexander took the throne at just 20 years old, he didn't start from nothing. He inherited the most disciplined army in the world, a united Greece, and a war plan already drawn by his father. Every victory Alexander achieved, from Granicus to Gaugamela, was fought with soldiers trained by Philip, wielding weapons forged by Philip, and following strategies designed by Philip. Yes, Alexander expanded the empire, but Philip built the foundation. Without Philip's vision, Alexander's name might have been forgotten. So perhaps history should remember not just Alexander the Great, but Philip the Ruthless, the king who made greatness possible. Philip II transformed Macedonia from obscurity to empire. His cunning, cruelty, and genius gave birth to the world's greatest conqueror. What if I told you that Alexander's greatness was simply the final chapter of Philip's plan? Let's unravel how this cunning king's reforms, diplomacy, and iron will set the stage for the most explosive conquest in history.